Hey guys, welcome back to another video on what if Hawk stayed in Cobra Kai. So let's get into it. We start off by being at the water park in season 5, where Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai are all fighting, arguing and stuff. And in this universe, Hawk and Kenny would never argue, as they're in the same dojo. And not gonna lie, they'd have a better relationship than Robbie and Kenny, as they can relate a lot about each other's stories on how they joined karate, and they'd become pretty well friends, and Robbie and Tori would still break up, and Robbie would leave Cobra Kai. Anthony would still get kicked into the pool, and then Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai would have a race with Cobra Kai cheating. So after that, Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai would start arguing and fighting kinda, and then Miyagi-Do would start calling them cheaters, and then Robbie and Miguel and Hawk and some other people would start pushing each other around, which would get them all kicked out of the park. Hawk would be pronounced as the best fighter in Cobra Kai in the male side, and Tori would be pronounced as the best female fighter in this universe. For Cobra Kai, of course, as we don't really know who is the better fighter in season 5, between Tori and Sam. And Miyagi-Do's training literally wouldn't change in the season, so they'd probably just have the same training. But then it comes to the Sekai Taikai qualifying matches. And since Silver and Kreese are still together, they would do anything to get into the Sekai Taikai. They'd select Sean to fight, and Silver would pay off the referee. And Miyagi-Do would select Robbie as their fighter, and I'll get to the women's side later. The match starts with Robbie and Sean training a lot of blows, but eventually Sean would get in the first point. Robbie sweeps Sean in the second match and tries backflipping behind him and kicks Sean in the chest, but the ref doesn't count the point as Sean was kicked out of bounds. But the hit happened inbounds, but so basically the ref's just biased. That's all I'm trying to explain. Robbie tries kicking Sean, but he dodged, and Sean would sweep Robbie to the ground and then kick his stomach for his second point. But then Robbie would get his final point, and the ref can't even deny that point over there. But eventually Sean suplexes Robbie, and then he would get his third point, making him win 3-1. And then it'd be Devin versus Sam, and Sam would still end up winning, which gives both of the dojos a spot in the Sekai Taikai. And in this universe, no dojo brawl would ever happen, but because Tori wouldn't want to actually leave Cobra Kai, and she doesn't really have to leave Cobra Kai because Kreese isn't in prison. He's still with Silver, and she's having a good time in a relationship with Hawk. And in this universe, Tori's mother would start getting more well as Silver and Hawk. There's a lot of people that think Hawk's family is kind of rich, and I'm kind of one of those people. I think Silver and Hawk would kind of help Tori out with their finances, and eventually Tori's mom would be almost at this point. Silver would ask Master Kim and Sensei Kim Daeun to come to America and bring their Cobra Kai. And then some of their students from their Cobra Kai can be a part of the Sekai Taikai team. And Sensei Kim and Master Kim both accept the offer. But one thing I forgot to mention is from seeing Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do's skills, because there's much more actual worthy opponents in Cobra Kai in this universe, the spots in the Sekai Taikai would not be 6 in this universe. It would be 8. Kyler would qualify for the Sekai Taikai, but he's not a captain. Yoon would also qualify for the Sekai Taikai, but of course he's not a captain. And also, I forgot to mention, Devin would join Miyagi-Do, But let's continue on with the Sekai Taikai list. Sean also qualifies, but he's not a captain. Xander would also qualify, but he's not a captain. Kenny also qualifies for the team, but he's not a captain. And Tori would be the female captain for the Cobra Kai team. But now, when it comes to Kwon and Hawk, it's an interesting fight to see who's the better fighter. But Sensei Kim Daeun would tell Terry and Kreese that they should make Hawk the captain, as Kwon's too much of a troublemaker. But if there is an injury in the captain spot, they could change up the captains also. Kwon would start getting jealous of Hawk, and Hawk tells him to shut it and stop being a baby and crying that Hawk is just better. Miyagi-Do's top 8 students are Devin, but she's not a captain. And the women's captain for Miyagi-Do, Sam, who beat Devin for the captain spot, which there was no doubt that Sam was going to win anyway, as Devin's a mid fighter at best. Mitch and also Chris would both qualify for the Sekai Taikai. And Anthony would also barely qualify. Dimitri would also qualify. And now for Miguel versus Robbie, it would go in the same way, with Miguel still qualifying, but Robbie would win the captain spot. And that'll be it for today, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. But before I end off the video, I'm really sorry for my upload schedule. I've just been really busy with school. Our teacher gives us like 100 pages of homework per day. So I'm really sorry I couldn't upload for a while. I've just been pretty busy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye.